Hello, this is John Flip of Flip's Tips with another video on how to make your projects pop. Today I'm going to be talking to you about Microsoft PowerPoint, and in particular I'm going to be talking to you about how to create professional looking charts and tables. So by the end of this video you should be able to know how to insert a chart and how to format it to look professional and exactly how you need it to look for your presentation. And you should also know how to insert and format a table to fit your needs. So let's get started. So the first thing I want to show you is how to insert a chart. So there are two ways you can do this in PowerPoint. I'm going to make a new slide with content. So the two ways you can insert a chart into PowerPoint is you can do Insert tab and go to Chart under Illustrations, or in the content box, as you can see, there are symbols here that show you what you can insert, and one of them, this one, is the Insert Chart, and if you click that, the same menu pops up. So as you can see, there are a lot of different kinds of charts you can create, from column to line to pie, bar, anything you really want. I'm going to choose pie because this has a lot of customizing options that the other charts don't have. So as you can see, for each type of chart you also have several ways in which you can display it. I'm going to choose the 3D pie. So you click OK and it will appear here. Now what will happen next is this box will pop up, and this is actually an Excel box. So what it does is, this is the data that will show up in the chart. So this box right here is the title. These are in the bottom, and this is the data that is displayed in the chart. So what you want to do is you enter your desired data. So I've entered my data into the table, and for this example I am just saying it's a bookstore, and I'm reporting on their monthly sales. So the title is monthly sales in dollars, and as you enter it into your table it will automatically translate onto the chart. So I've subdivided it into a few categories: fiction, history, science, outdoor gardening, and magazines. I've entered a dollar amount for the sales they put in that month. So once you have finished entering your data, you can safely close this table. The data won't be lost, it's automatically stored, so you close it, and there's your chart right there. An interesting thing about the pie chart in PowerPoint is that it automatically updates the percentage of the circle represented by each category to the percentage that it needs to be. So as you can see here, the fiction chunk of the pie is 49%, which is exactly what it needs to be. You don't have to adjust it by yourself. So another interesting feature of the chart part of PowerPoint is, say you don't like how your data is represented as a pie chart. Maybe you thought that's what you wanted, but you don't want it anymore. Now you don't have to delete it, because you can just go to the Chart Tools Design tab and click Change Chart Type. So it brings up the chart menu again, and say you want a bar column, bar chart. You can choose what you want it to be represented as and click OK, and will automatically reinterpret your data as a bar chart. So if you ever feel like you need to change your chart, don't delete it. You can save yourself time by just using the Change Chart Type feature. So now I'd like to talk to you about how you can format your chart. So it's very similar to how you format things in other Microsoft Office software, such as Word. So one way that you can change your chart is by changing the colors of your slices. So say you don't like this blue. You think this blue conflicts with this blue. All you have to do is go to the shape fill, and you can select whatever color you want. Say that, and there you go. And you'll notice that the color in the key down here changes as well. Another way that you can format your chart is by changing the outline. So say you really want to highlight this chunk right here, the science piece of the pie. You can go to Shape Outline, and you can increase the weight of the outline. As you can see, it means it'll make it thicker depending on how you set it. And so you can set it to, say, 6, and it'll be nice and thick, but you can also change the color of the outline to, say, black, and look, now it really stands out. So if you're giving a presentation, it will draw the eye of the people watching. Another way you can accent a piece of your pie is by right-clicking on it and going to the Format Data Point option on the menu. You can change the angle of your chart. What this will do is it will automatically turn your chart so that the points point in a different direction. Say you want that on the top, or you want, the larger part to the left. You just do this, or you can enter, say, an amount you want, 75 degrees. It will change like that. Another way is if you want this to be accented more, you can do the point explosion. What that will do is it will take this chunk out from the rest of the pie, like so. And you can do that with more than one piece of the pie. You can do it with all the pieces of the pie if that's what you want. So you can make it look really however you want it to look. I'll just set these back to where they were. So those are some good ways that you can modify your chart. You can also add effects like shadow underneath, or a beveled appearance, or the 3D rotation doesn't really show up. So another thing you can do to format your chart is to resize it. And this is very easy, very similar to how you do it in other Microsoft Office programs, and that's just grab the outer thing and pull up, and it will be resized. The last thing I want to show you about formatting your chart in PowerPoint is how to change the layout, and it's actually quite easy. What you want to do is you want to go to the Chart Tools Design tab, and over here on the left you'll have the Quick Layout button. You click that and a drop-down menu will appear, and as you can see you have many different options. You can have the text inside the chart itself displaying the percentages. You can have the percentages and a key at the top. You can have the exact dollar amounts you entered displayed on the table. You can have just the names in the table. You can have the percentages with the key to the right, and you can have just the key to the right. So if you like, say, this one, you can select it and it will automatically be applied. So another way you can change your thing is, if you don't like where this has been placed, you can move it yourself. If you think the label is too small, you can select it. You can increase text size. You can change text the font, and you can change the font color. You can bold it, do whatever you feel you need to customize your chart. So next, I would like to talk to you about tables. So creating a table in PowerPoint is just as easy as creating a chart. So what you do is create your new slide, and just as you could select your chart from these buttons here, you can select Insert Table, which is the first one in the top row. It will bring up this menu, which will ask you for the number of columns and number of rows that you desire. The other way is to go to the Insert tab and to the Table button. This will have a drop-down menu, and as you can see, you select the number of rows and columns by highlighting the number of rows and columns that you need. So you select the number that you need and you click, and it will automatically be created, and you can then input your data. So I've entered all my data into the table. I'm continuing with the theme of the bookstore. So these would be the sales in January, February, and March. So one way that you can really customize your table is by adding a table style to it. So under the Table Tools Design tab, you'll see the Table Styles menu, and as you can see, there are a lot of different styles you can apply to your table. So you can look at them and select one that you like. Let's go with this one, and it will automatically update the style for you. Another way that you can customize your table is by adding effects. So you can do a bevel, which will give it a 3D-like appearance. You can add a shadow under or around your table, or you can add a bit of reflection to it. So that's another way that you can customize your table and make it your own. Another way is by adding borders. So by going to the Borders tab under the Design Table Tools tab up here, you can add borders to your table. If you only want outside borders, you can unclick Inside Borders. If you only want inside borders, you can unclick Outside Borders, and it's a good way. So I'll make it look better for you here. Let's go with this. So if you go No Borders or All Borders, and as you can see, it'll add borders all around your table. It'll differentiate between the cells and make it look cleaner, in my opinion. Another thing you can do is say you were wondering what your sales would be if they were perhaps in a different currency. So say you were talking to a colleague in, England, in Liverpool, and you wanted to show them your sales in pounds. So say you already had this set as the value in pounds, but you want to show that it is pounds. You can go to the Insert and go to Symbol, and it will open up this list of symbols that you can add to your table. So you can scroll down until you find the pounds symbol. And just to make it easier for you, they also had a recently used symbol thing here on the bottom, so you don't have to go scrolling through it every time you want to find the same symbol. So you hit Insert, and it will be inserted for you. Then you can click Close, and there it is, right there. And you can do that for all of these. So that is the end of this video. In this video, I have shown you how to insert and format a chart in PowerPoint, how to make it look professional, and how to make it fit your needs. And I've shown you how to insert and format a table in PowerPoint as well. Hopefully these skills will serve you well in the future. Whenever you give a presentation, whether it's in a classroom setting or in a professional job setting, hopefully it'll give you the edge over your peers. This has been Flip's Tips, and thank you for watching my video.